Hello friends, I'm Kristopher from the Midwest Man Mountain channel, and I believe that woodworking and gardening are two of the best ways to be sustainable, creative, and achieve a sense of purpose. That's why once a month you'll see me here on Home and Garden for Mere Mortals, in my garden. Stay tuned. April is a special month for my wife and me. Just 3 years ago we closed on our very first house, and I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I need to go buy some tools. With that in mind, today I'm going to be telling you the top 5 tools that any homeowner needs to build the perfect vegetable garden of their dreams. A rake is important for many reasons in your garden. I like to think of it as a general purpose aeration tool. And while there are many heads that you can find, pro tip, go to garage sales in the summertime. You can get a lot of rakes and other garden tools for just a couple bucks. My favorite, and if I had to suggest one for anybody, would be an all-purpose metal head rake with prongs that are about 2 inches long. Let me show you why. A rake like this is the best way to move leaves, dirt, and compost around the garden while aerating the top 1.5 inches of soil. Spring is a magical time when the awesome machinery of nature tells life to grow and grow and grow. And sometimes it's up to us to prune some of that growth back in order for the fruit and vegetables to become the fullest and ripest and most healthy that they can. This is a pruning shears. Fits great in my hand. While I don't have any vegetables to prune right now because it's April and I live in Wisconsin, I do have some buds in this tree that I'm going to get rid of. Piece of cake, and pretty straightforward. Go up and cut. Up and cut. Up and cut. An important thing to remember when you're getting a pruning shears, you want something that fits your hand. You might have giant hands. You might have tiny hands. These come in all shapes and sizes. Mine even has a rotating first handle. Very exciting. No matter what kind of shears you get, just remember to keep those blades sharp. We don't want to induce too much blunt force trauma on any of the buds that we're cutting off. This is a wheelbarrow. I get a lot of use out of my wheelbarrow, particularly when I start my garden, and then at the end when I tear it out. Now, it doesn't necessarily matter what size wheelbarrow you get, but I did find that the best kind of wheelbarrows have 2 nice sturdy handles and 1 great big wheel on the bottom of them. There are wheelbarrows that have 2 wheels in the front, 4 wheels, and they all serve a purpose, don't get me wrong. I just like this kind the best. Now, right now, I've got compost in there. In a few short weeks, I'll be taking this and adding it to my garden, tilling it in, and incorporating those nutrients in my soil. My compost is in my backyard, my garden is in my side yard. It's important to have some sort of vessel to transport the material from one place to the next. The same goes in October when I tear out the garden. And now the triple crown of hand tools. Something for weeding, aerating, and digging. Oftentimes you can find these 3 in a set at your local home and garden store. As far as shovels go, I'm particularly fond of the narrow ones, but wide ones are very common as well. The aerating tool is important. If you have very rough soil, you can aerate it a little bit first and then dig. That makes it a little bit easier. And then this is important for moving your compost or your mulch or anything like that around the seeds that you just planted. And of course, come the heat of summer, you'll need something with which to weed. Unless you solarize your soil or use some sort of treatment to get rid of weeds, weeds are just a natural part of life. You can't avoid them. But there are tools that help you dig them out. Shovels are wonderful tools. They merit their own top 5, truly. Whether you're just spading, or you're hauling rock, or you're throwing around compost, or you need to dig a hole. My personal favorite is the all-purpose spade. This can do what all of these can do. So, let me show you. And there you have it. What tools do you think are the most important to get the most out of your vegetable garden? Be sure to let me know in the comments section below. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. While you're here, be sure to subscribe to Home and Garden for Mere Mortals, and then go check out me at the Midwest Man Mountain. I'll see you next month. Bye.